Hello, beautiful earth angels. So, I just shared a clip a little while ago to give you all time to really feel the different energies, as not only will you get the messages from your spiritual guides, but the crystal that you choose will also have some significance, and it might be a great crystal to work with and try to have and hold. So, the first crystal that we have here is Labradorite, and I absolutely love this crystal. I use it for my readings because of the intuitive guidance. Also, the Amethyst cluster is really great for frequency, intuition, but I love it for healing, protection, and overall spiritual influence. And Garnet is extremely powerful. It is great for the heart chakra, wonderful for clearing and opening up, great for connecting with Archangel Ariel. It's a lot of beautiful energy that comes along with each of these crystals. You could choose one, you could choose all three, you could listen to all three. This energy is for the window of 222, which is in a couple of days. And a lot of different astrologers explain that this new moon starts on the 31st of January and then continues all the way through the energy of the 3rd. I absolutely love the new moon in February. It's mainly when I do a lot of focusing on my personal self. I go into hermit mode at this time of year. One for all is because it's also my birthday time. And the secret that I always share with a lot of you is your birthday is the beginning of your year. That's your New Year's. So that is a time that you want to set goals, do self love, just take care of yourself, pamper yourself. There's a reason why we celebrate our birthdays. People don't understand just how wonderful that day absolutely is. So, using that day, especially around the energy of the time that you were born, to set goals, intentions, your desires, meditate, pamper yourself, gifts, celebration with your family, with your friends, with individuals that uplift, encourage. It is just a wonderful energy. I hope that this touches a lot of you so you could prepare for your birthdays no matter when they are throughout the year. I will write down below the sequence of the time slots so you could go straight to your crystal magic reading, or you could listen to the whole thing. I also added the Patreon, as we do a lot of manifesting through Patreon. There's a lot of videos that I put up there every single month, printables for scripting. We do just a lot of beautiful magic together. We do our prosperity, our Venus love weekly energies, just a lot of wonderful energy that comes through Patreon. And most of my rituals are for my Patreons. I have very little that I share on Etsy any longer because of the transformation in my own line of work. So, thank you all for listening, for subscribing, for liking. Every time you like, YouTube pushes these videos to the front, and others are be able to be blessed with these messages to expand and transform their lives into bliss. Now, let's start with the energy of Labradorite. Labradorite is a beautiful crystal. I came upon this specimen through eBay, and I know eBay is very finicky because you get a lot of fakes, but the seller was very well known for digging their raw crystals. This is a raw piece of Labradorite. If you get the polished ones, they're very beautiful. Here it's really hard because since it is raw, you won't be able to see all of the iridescent colors. I've been working a lot with the rainbow energy, and Labradorite was one of the crystals that my spiritual guides asked me to get. It is great for those of you that do tarot readings or that want to connect with your spiritual realm. This opens up that beautiful frequency to the invisible world and the invisible realm. I also use it for insights into my own life. If I want clarity over something that I'm working upon, it's almost like it is the crystal of seeing beyond, especially when you feel confused or you want things answered. This is a great crystal to hold. So, what I will do is I will hold my crystal in my hands. I will ask what I desire for it to share with me or show me or do for me. Crystals are magnet energies and frequencies that you can work along with. And by holding the crystal and asking for the crystal to do specific actions for you, it is a wonderful way to bring in a lot of magic into your life. With all that being said, let's see what this beautiful energy of 222 has in store for you. Oh, I love this. So the first thing that we got is the willing to release. And it is also panned in with transformation and making a wish. So if you got this energy, this frequency, is about you're holding on to things really, really tightly. You're almost kind of drowning them. Or, and since this is a general reading, I will express all of the different forms and situations that Spirit shares with me, because so many of you come here for clarity. Now, they're also showing not wanting to change or not accepting the change or fear of the change. I'm going to give you a perfect example. With me, I tend to visualize certain changes that I want to encounter in my life. And then certain things in my life will unravel to bring these blessings in. And sometimes some of these changes are radical, they're huge, right? And the human ego will be like, oh, no, you can't handle that. That's too much. Or what do they think? Or, oh, but you can't leave this person. Or you if you do that, then what about them? So overall, this energy is about you. And I'm going to be bad and bold and tell you it is time for you to be a little selfish. It is time for you to focus on your desires. Because if you are not manifesting what you want in your life, then you're not going to be good for anyone else, because you're going to be in a rut. You're going to be in an angry, upset, depressed, sadness. Because when we're not expanding and living in bliss and in clarity and in love with our lives, with our surroundings, then what happens is then the people around us start to mirror our effects. We start to attract those angry individuals, those sad individuals, those depressed individuals. The greats that I always read, the masters, the manifestors, always say, surround yourself with like-minded individuals. For me, it's really, really hard because my line of work has to do with helping some that are in real rut situations. And in the beginning, when I first started, and every now and then, I will sometimes feel guilty because I'll have people that come to me and like, well, I've been doing this for a long time and nothing's manifesting. Daisy, I've been doing this for 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and nothing's happened. And so I feel bad because I'm like, well, but we're working. Why hasn't they achieved certain things? Why haven't they seen insights? Why haven't they seen confirmations? And then Spirit will tell me, Daisy, send them love, send them blessings, send them healing, but you are not part of what they're doing. I have had individuals that blame me for their, mishaps. So look at yourself with love, with caring, with deserve energy. It is not your fault that your brother, your sisters, that your spouses or your mothers or your friends or your coworkers are not being promoted or are not in a loving relationship, or if you're the person that's feeling envy towards others. This is a time to cut that out. The reason for this, the reason why we are really looking upon this message is because we're going through a major karmic shift. And if you're a good doer, then you're going to get a lot of good. You're going to get a lot of love and abundance and healing, and things are just going to flow for you. It's going to be like, wow. But if you're not doing good, if you're a poop talker or a naysayer or you're jealous, then you're going to get more of that. So it's really important, especially that, Venus just went direct, Mercury just went direct. So these energies, we're still feeling the shadows, we're still feeling that, but we're surmounting that. That's part of the past. So now you have to be willing to release all of that. And I think it's super funny because my husband, who I would say that he's very spiritual, as a spiritual person, not that he acts upon spirituality. It's not like he's lighting candles like I am, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a physical spirituality. Like today he woke up and he's like, I'm gonna clean the house and I'm organizing, and he likes to listen to that electronic music, and he'll put on his electronic music, and then he's in the kitchen, he's cleaning up, he's decluttering. He'll complain about this and that or the other, because I am a bit of a mess, I'll be very honest. But I pay attention, because he's a clear, how do I say that? Clairsentience, I'm gonna say. He feels the clairs. He feels this spiritual intuition, so then he acts upon it. Like he'll tell me, like, it's gonna rain today. The skies are blue, and I'm just like, there's not a cloud in the sky, and lo and behold, it will start raining. Because that's who it is. So you have to look at the people around you and listen, because that is what Spirit is showing me, that you kind of like are afraid to take that leap of faith. And then the wishes are all upon you. Those beautiful wishes, those beautiful desires, all of that work that you've done is all right there, ready to unfold. Do not quit. It's all unraveling. It's all manifesting. Just allow. Let go what needs to be let go. Because in the next 4 to 9 weeks, you are going to be seeing radical changes in your life. And now, I can't make this stuff up. You saw, we turned these cards together. You see that innocence, that setting those goals, making those wishes. This is the time. The 222 energy and frequency is about you holding on to those desires, because from what Spirit is sharing me, you've already set these intentions. You already set these desires. But now it is time to hold them in your heart, because your heart is the vessel, the frequency of manifesting. That's where you see, that's where you put the picture. That's why you see her, she's holding her Make-A-Wish star. She's holding her wish over her heart. A great thing you could do is rewrite your intention. Because from what Spirit is showing me, these are not new intentions that you're going to do. These are your intentions that you've written down, that you've held, that you're already seeing confirmations that you know will manifest. This is just giving light and energy and ignition to them. So you may want to rewrite in a little Post-it note and put it over your heart and just hold it there. Cradle it with all your love. Give it all your nourishment. Feel that, because one of the biggest secrets is not just visualizing. Anybody can visualize. It's feeling the feeling of the manifestation. I want you to really grasp what Spirit is telling you. In order for you to manifest, you have to feel what you desire. If you're getting married, think about yourself in your wedding day. Think about you with your beloved, the people that came to congratulate you, how would that make you feel? And really unravel yourself in that emotion. If it's the lottery, visualize that you went to wherever you bought it and they scanned your tickets and they just told you you won the jackpot. How would you feel? How would that make you feel if right now you're holding that winning lottery ticket? If it's that business that you've always wanted, that brick and mortar store that you wanted to open the doors, walk into your business, and how does you feel about walking into your very own business? However, whatever you desire, walk in that energy and just feel it, and you will manifest. And I feel like that's the energy that Spirit is showing to me, through me, onto you, is you feeling your desire and your intention on the frequency of 222. And they're showing me not just 222, they're showing 31, 1, 2, and 3. I love this. Love this beautiful energy. Look at this. This is what we talked about. You felt lost, and now you're coming out. You're coming from the darkness. A lot of that 111, and you're going to see that. You're going to see that in the times. You're going to see it around you. You're going to see that energy and that frequency that once maybe you were isolated, once maybe you were depressed, anxiety, and you're coming out. You're coming into full circle. You are embracing who you truly are. You're letting go of what was, letting go. You're shedding that old shell. You're breaking free. This is what this shift is for you. It's about you letting go of that old person that you once were and walking into your new chapter, your new path, your new journey. I will never forget, I absolutely, and I quote this numerous upon multitude of times, believing is seeing, not the other way around. You have to believe. And I absolutely love that. I remember it in the 90s when I used to watch the Santa Claus and he, you know, Tim Allen tells the elf, I see it, but I don't believe it. And she says, well, that's, you know, believing and seeing. And that's what you have to, that's, as a human, it's very hard because we've been taught the other way. We've been taught not to daydream. You know, in school, they would tell you, stop daydreaming. Put your head, get out of the clouds. So now you have to revamp that and dream big and believe that you have the action, the tools, everything that you need in order to succeed. I hope these messages have brought a lot of insights, and I would really rewrite, because they keep saying that you already set your intentions and your desire, is just a revisitation, holding them to your heart and knowing that they're already yours. Now we will go on to the energy of Amethyst. Looking upon the energy of Amethyst, I absolutely, one of the main reasons I chose Amethyst is because first it's my birthstone, and even before I knew that it was my birthstone, I had an Alexandria, which is a very mystical amethyst, and she would change colors. Sometimes she was purple. Sometimes she was like a greenish. Sometimes she was blue. Very beautiful stone, very rare, really expensive. And years later, I found out that my birthstone was amethyst. So amethyst is a mystical energy. It is a frequency of the unknown, of manifestation, of connecting with your spiritual guides. It's a very spiritual energy and element. So if you're lacking in your spirituality, or if you want to really connect with your spiritual guides, especially your angels, this is a great crystal to have. Now, I this was a gift from my dad because he absolutely knows that I love crystals, and I love, because the bottom here you can see like a lot of white, so this could even be, quartz. I just and it's huge points, so great for healing, because amethyst is wonderful for healing the heart chakra, and the points are great for healing. It has a lot of clusters, just a lot of beautiful energy. So now we are going to see what spirit has for you. I love these cards. I'm always saying that I'm gonna do, because I'll tap into it and I'll show you all. There's a lot of courses that I want to do that I'm learning to share. I'm still finishing the manifesting with the angels, and then I have something new with these beautiful angels that are coming through. And I want to share, how to read yourself, how to do readings for yourself. Because when you are able to look at the cards and then, of course, connect with your spiritual guides, it's a really beautiful energy and frequency. And then I also see the rituals. So as I'm looking at this one, this card says a merry motive. And then there's a clothesline with clothespins, and on the clothespins there's stars. So I am already seeing a ritual, which I love to share with you guys, because when we do spiritual with the physical, it's a form of alchemy, because that is what alchemy is. And it just puts your energies, your desires, your goals, your intentions, your healing, whatever it is that you're working upon, and then transmutes it into the physical, because you're taking something mindful, a desire, which is in your head, right, in your heart, and you're putting it on a paper. And when you create symbols, like the symbols that I'm seeing are stars. And in the reading that I did with the Labradorite, we also had a ritual that came through. So the ritual that I'm seeing for you, and I want you to really do this by hand, okay? Draw out the heart, the star, and they're also showing me hearts. See how they said hearts? I'm seeing a star, and they're saying hearts and stars. So draw out, heart. Love is not just romance. Love is not just about your, sexuality. It's not just about the sex and the romance and the person you're with. Love is everything. Everything that you do is with love. It's through love. My business is love. It's a relationship, because I absolutely love doing this. I absolutely love, I become very passionate, very emotional, very sentimental. So creating love hearts, right? And writing your desire within it. And then doing a little clothesline with little pins. And you can get this at the Dollar Tree. You don't have to go above and beyond. And putting this somewhere just for you. Spirit wants you to know, no eyes. Don't put this in your living room and then have your neighbor Sally Joe come over. Don't do that. Do this in your room, maybe in your closet. You want this to be just for your eyes, because when we bring outside energies into our visions and desires, sometimes they sabotage the energies, because a lot of people don't believe, and then they'll say something and they'll bring your energy down. So it's really important that when you do this, to keep it to yourself. So if you're going to use a star, use the star. Stars are great for wishes, desires, astrology. Hearts are great for healing, for love, for business, for prosperity, or vice versa. Follow your intuition. Rewrite your desire in this beautiful symbol, and then pin it up. And you want to revisit it. You want to look upon it. You want to hold this before, so you could take it down to the clothesline and hold it against your heart and feel and know that it is moving forward. Because if we look at this card, it's a very merry card. And if we look at it deeper, we could see the physical movement in the energy, meaning the transformation of your desire from the non-physical into the physical. So really beautiful. And this is why I am talking about, because as I'm looking, spiritual guides are sharing insights and pictures, because a lot of my work, yes, I get names and I get, but it's very rare for me to get names. I'll get people, can you give me the name of my soulmate? No, not a medium. So I do get names, but it's a very rare thing, And another thing that my spiritual guides tell me is, you don't want to give someone something so concrete as a name, and then they hold that. And then if you tell them they're supposed to be Joe, or they're supposed to be Mary, and beautiful, Henry comes along, or beautiful, Sarah comes along, and they're like, well, it's not Joe or Mary, That's why I love that you get an overview. And that's why I love these spiritual messages, because you're able to expand your knowledge and your wisdom, but at the same time allow synchronicity. And this is what I'm seeing here. What is your motive right now in your life? Are you trying to triumph? Are you trying to move? Are you looking for a promotion? Is your love life going into the next level? What is the motive behind your desires right now? And then you have to ask yourself, well, is it a happy motive? Are you doing this because it's going to bring you happiness? Because a lot of times our motives, we're angry at someone, so we want to do something against them because, they're buttheads. That's not a good motive. You want to, think about a chalkboard, all that mess, and just erase it. I would just wash it all down. You want the motive to be sincere and filled with love. Because if it's not a good motive, then you're just stealing from yourself. You're stealing from yourself. So think about right now, who is it that what energy, what individual, what situation is stealing your motive? And I want you to take this moment to forgive it. And remember, forgiveness is not about them. It's not about the situation that you went through. It's about you taking back control of your life, about you blessing yourself, about you taking the courage, especially that we're walking into the year of the tiger. Tigers are courageous. They're, oriented towards their goals and their desires, and they're hungry and they're eager to take those leaps. And again, they're also playful, in their big, scary ways. And they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I remember going to the zoo and just seeing the Bengal tiger just there, and it's just like you look at it and you're like, wow, is this a real creature? Like, beautiful. And that's why I believe in unicorns and mermaids, because you see these beautiful, perfect creatures, and you just know that everything else and everything in between does exist. So I know that this energy has kind of flowed and is shifting, and so much is coming through. But the reason for all this unraveling, the reason for all of this, is for you to look at your life and see the motive behind your actions. Really look upon it and ask yourself, is this the right motive? Really important. Now, the next card, which I love, it says feeling the world. And then this is about your emotions. This is about you feeling your desires, your intentions. And then veering that into the aspect of the world. Is what you are trying to manifest going to bless others, your family, your friends? I want you to feel, example, like my work, I absolutely love it because I know it touches so many of your lives. And when you write me and tell me how, a video or something I wrote or a spell that I did for you or an oil that you bought from me has blessed your desires and intentions in your life, that is me feeling the world. So what you're desiring, how will it feed your world? And how will you feel? How will others feel from it? And the reason we're getting this energy of feeling is because manifesting comes through our emotions. When they say, when you're ready, you will manifest. Well, when you feel. Because if we're feeling it, we're ready. If you're feeling the prosperity, the wealth, then the wealth will easily and effortlessly enter your life. But if you feel the depth, here's a secret. I don't look at the bills. When the bills come in, my husband looks at them and he organizes them. And when the prosperity flows, we pay them together. If you have certain things that bring you down, like a bill, bills always bring us down. And especially that I'm the master manifester in my house. Who's the master manifester in your home? Because we're a community. Even though the world is a bit unsynchronized right now, and people are still fighting against each other, and the chaos and the darkness in your world, because feeling your world, you are in your world right now. Look at the people around you, and because as a unity, as a family, as a whole, everyone needs to have their duties, right? And I have had an issue that I feel like I have to do everything. And then my angels are like, well, this is the reason this happens, because if you feel like you have to do everything, then you become overwhelmed. For example, the first week of February, I'm going into hermit mode. And a lot of people freaked out because they thought I was going to disappear for a while, and they couldn't connect with me, or maybe something was wrong. And for me, it's taking that time just to take care of me, to be with my family, to set my intentions and my desire, because this window of 222, it's not going to come again for another 20 years. So it's really important, not even because when is the next 22? We're up February, which is 2, the second is 2, and the year is 22. 22. Think about it. It's 100 years. So this energy is really important. So how are you feeling this energy? And how is it blessing your world and then expanding outwardly? Look at your world. What do you see? Really important. My messages through the spirit they're very physical, mental, and they have a lot of exercise for you to really break down the tiers, the stairs in your life, in your mind, and see things through different angles. Because as a reader, that's how I see them as I veer into your life. And when Spirit shares messages with me, this is how they break things down for us to fully understand what we are looking on. You might have to reread this, rewind it, Now, the 222 energy is going to, especially they're saying 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, 444 energy, right? They're saying opportunities are going to come into your life. And these opportunities are going to be infinite, meaning endless possibilities. Anything is possible. So be very adamant about your desires and your intentions. Where are you going to be during the energy of 222? And this is why I do these readings beforehand, because I want everyone to have time to look upon them and then take action towards them. And if you don't have the chance to do this in the 222 window, then do it in the 2222 window, which is the same frequency and energy, just a different moon. Now, the moon for this energy is really extraordinary because it's a new moon and it's a crescent moon. So really make it important. Put it on the calendar, clear your calendar, clear your planner, and do you. This energy talks about the shifts of the world. A lot of things are going to unravel. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, okay? We are going through some crazy times. But if we look even at the Great Depression, during the World War II, look at the Rockefellers, look at Carnegie, look at so many individuals that triumphed. And the reason for that, and this is the reason this is so important, the reason why this is coming out in this reading, is because a lot of you that are coming and that chose this, you look a lot at social media. I am, and I say this all the time, I'm going to tell you something. You guys should watch the new Amethyst, the comedy. He did this comedy where I was just like, oh my gosh. I absolutely loved it. Like he has a flip phone. He says his assistants take care of his social media. I'm looking at the people even close to me. And it's funny because my kids are not like that. My daughter, even if she's on social media, she's talking to her friends, like her online buddies, and they're doing like interactive things. They're reading together and they're sharing. It's almost like a virtual book club, or they do like interactive role-playing games where there are different characters, like Dungeons and Dragons. It has a new name now. So it's very physical and mental, you're using your mind. But then my oldest son, he does it for research. He researches his hobby, his business, sports, because he absolutely loves sports. And then the 26-year-old, he loves to research like his stocks. He doesn't read too much, or he does watch news. He really, really does, but not a lot. He loves a lot of funny stuff. He also likes the crime, like the true crime, figure that stuff out. But then I see the people that come in contact with them, and they're obsessed with social media. They're taking pictures and they're posting it, and they ate something and they're posting it, and they grab old pictures and they repost them, and they do a lot of makeup, and then they put all these filters and they post them, and all day long they're on social media and they're on Insta, and you see the reels of their pictures and what they did and how they did it. And then I'm thinking, you're not fulfilling yourself by, yes, it's fine for you to post. I post social. Hello, we're on right now. Where are we? We're on social media. But it's different when you are researching and feeding yourself to expand than when you're on social media looking at the negative naysayers that are telling you the world's going to end, that we're all going to die, that don't listen to that because they're injecting zombie juice into you. Come on, people. Yes, we are in challenging times, but your world will mirror what you put into it. And you got this. Where is it? What did I do with the card? What is your world? Yes, there's inflation, there's wars, there's chaos, there's famine, there's disease. We know. I mean, I'm not blind. But it's about your world. It's about you doing the good, because we are the ones that change the world with our actions. And our actions could be to continue feeding the chaos, or to, oh my God, you're going to crack up. I went to Starbucks today, and me and my daughter, because my daughter has been having to do some therapy because she hurt herself, her back and stuff. And we go to Starbucks because she likes to have her frappuccinos and whatever. It's kind of our girly thing, right? In the last couple of days, we've been craving a good old bagel. They haven't had it. And then today we went and we said, hey, do I any chance do you have anything bagels? And the girl's like, we're having a worldwide shortage of bagels. I mean, she made it sound like the world was coming to end and there was just no bagels anywhere. And I'm thinking, did all the ovens in the world break? I mean, really? You can't get a bagel? I know, people around that have their. I even told my daughter, I go, you know what? We're gonna make our own bagels. So the whole point is not to see the world in the, oh my God, we're running out of bagels. Seeing the world as in, well, maybe we should look into mom and pop stores, bakeries that will make bagels and distribute them to Starbucks by location. Because if your big company is not doing this, then maybe, and that's what's going on. That's the shift that we're having in this world, is that it is no longer about the big companies. It is about each individual person. If you notice, people don't want to work for big companies anymore. They're starting their own businesses, or they're working with other smaller companies and smaller businesses because it is more nurturing. You hear about small businesses. I remember when I worked for a deli, every Christmas, the owner would give his entire staff a Christmas bonus. Companies like Disney don't care. Amazon, all those big, humongous, Walmart, they do not care about the people working for them. McDonald's, Taco Bell. I mean, even Dunkin' Donuts, the other day I saw the sign, $10 plus tips. And then I went back 2 weeks later, $11 plus tips. Nobody wants these jobs because there's no nourishment. There's no community. There's no personal connection. They're just big companies feeding off the little people. And now guess what? Us, the little people, no. So yes, the challenging times are here, and it's because the world needs a shift and a change. And you are standing your ground because your desires are important, and your desires are like a wave of energy that blesses the world. I hope this brought a lot of insights and shed a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I will continue on to the energy of Garnet. The energy of Garnet I absolutely love because, and of course you could look it up. Now, I'm going to tell you something because I get a lot of you guys, I'm not criticizing, don't take it the wrong way. You could look up crystals, right? I do this all the time. That's why I'm saying I'm not criticizing you. I do this all the time. You go somewhere and you'll pick up a crystal and they'll say this crystal is to build confidence and strength, which it is. Garnet builds confidence and strength. But then when you buy it, I recommend, this is another thing that I'm working on so many things. is to start a crystal journal, especially if you're collecting crystals, because some crystals will do things for you that you will look up and they won't see. And you'll be like, wait a minute, when I started using this crystal, money started pouring in. And this crystal is brown and has nothing to do with money. I read it. Yet you bought the crystal and money started flowing in. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because, for instance, prosperity is not just money. Prosperity is security. My cardiologist, he had a beautiful Hindu god on, and I was like, what is that? And he told me, and I forgot. And I said, and he's like, it represents security. And I said, well, that is generally what us humans want, right? We want security, because with security we have prosperity, we're healthy, because we feel secure, right? We feel safe. Garnet is security, is the window to what makes us feel safe. This is the energy of comfort, of safety, of, precaution, but a good precaution, because we all need protection, believe you me. There is plenty of ugly. Garnet is good for you if you are needing that blanket to feel safe, feel at home. Because when you're home, and a good home, when you're in your home, in the home that you feel good in, not and somewhere you're living with a bunch of people that, no, if you're there, get out. When you're in your real home, you feel safe, secure. That's Garnet. Of course, you could go look it up and they'll have a million significance. But I read the crystal through personal experience and what the crystal shares with me. That's why I tell you that having a crystal journal is extraordinary. The first card that you got is about letting go. You're still holding on to the baggage of 2020, 2021. Mercury retrograde threw a lot of garbage in your face. A lot of things, and you looked at them and you were upset because this is supposed to be a major shift and it's just not happening fast enough. Through love, let it go. What no longer fits, what Mercury retrograde threw at your face, is because you needed to heal it, address it, or fully release it and let it go. If a dress, your favorite dress, your favorite pair of pants, your favorite socks, have a big ass hole in it, even though they're your favorite, either you fix them, sew them up, or you need to throw them away because they're no longer serving their purpose. They did everything they could for you, just like us. We're all gonna get old too, and we're gonna move on. Everything has a time frame in our lives. We cannot have yogurt from last year because it's not gonna be good. It's probably gonna make us super sick, and in worst case scenarios, you could croak. Yes, spirit is being harsh, because guess what? You are holding on to those old socks with huge ass holes in them that your toes are sticking out through, and they no longer serve a purpose. And you don't know how to sew, so let them go. And I want you to think about that. What is Spirit telling you? What is Spirit showing you in Mercury retrograde that is still coming up for you even today, that you need to release before this shift of 222? I want you to really think about it. And if you're working with me, you have a journal, or at least a binder, or at least some notebook paper. Get it out and write. Sit down. What do I have to let go? And write it on top. Let it go. And start making your list. I've made that list. I have it. Just like you, we have our list of goals. I have a list of shit that I need to let go. All the time. You know, the hardest thing for me to let go are books. even bad books. Even books that I bought because the cover was like, oh, this is gonna be a good book. And then I take it home and the book is crap. And somebody said it was a bestseller, but guess what? Not my mind. My mind says this book is crap. And I will try to read chapter 1, 2, and 3, and I still cannot get into the book. But guess what? I will not let the book go. So now what I do is I found out that there have these lending libraries where you could take your books and put them in there for other people to read. And I'm doing a good thing. So I even give away my good books. Not the good ones. Not my I love you so much that has a million notes and a lot of tears and a lot of caresses and a lot of bending and some of the pages are ripped and some of the covers are not even there because that book was just dear to my heart. Those I keep forever. But letting go is hard. But if I let go of old books, then I could invite new books in. I have room in my shelves. Because if not, I'm going to need Belle's library. And my beast is not going to get me in. This 222 energy is going to bring a lot of insight about who you truly are. And that's why it started with the energy of releasing. Because in order for you to see who you really are, you need to shed all of that baggage and sit down and meditate and just be. Your ritual will be to sit in a quiet place in your sacred space, your home, nature walk, wherever you feel is connected with you, and just allow the thoughts, allow the emotions, allow the energies to flow so you could really visit your true self, so you could really acknowledge what you desire. Because from what Spirit is sharing with me, a lot of the desire that you are holding on to is part of your old self. So this 222 energy will bring you insights about you. Be aware, be open, because it could also be spiritual guides. They're going to be talking to you. And look at this. I'm not making this crap up. Look at this. Spiritually seeing your spiritual guides. Who are you? What do you really desire? Because a lot of the energy could be from your beloveds, from your siblings, your parents, your friends, your co-workers. That 25-year-old is married with kids and I'm not. No. Their fit is not your fit. Just like your fit is not their fit. You guys need to stop living by everybody's social media posts. By this age you have to do this, by that age you have to do that. No, that's not how it is. My life and your life are not the same life. What do you desire? Who are you? That is what this energy is all about. You really connecting with yourself. Look at this. And then releasing the naysayers, the ones that point the fingers. I dare you to turn off your social media for a week. Come on, 1 week. This from the 31st until the 5th of February, turn your social media off. Delete the apps. Only use it for text, for research, for, spiritual audiobooks, feeding the soul. No social media. Turn it off. I dare you. And I will, and comment below. If you really did that, if you took this spiritual message to the heart and you deleted social media for a week. And I'm not talking about 7 days. I'm talking about just 5 days. 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. You could even turn it on late on the 31st and then turn it back on the night of the 5th. Just a few days to feel your energy without having the energy of the outside noise. Because let me tell you, from what Spirit is showing you, outside noise is sabotaging your desires, and you're not growing the way you need to grow because of that outside noise. And from this frequency of 222 is going to shed a lot of insights, but if you are on your gadgets and you're not paying attention, it's just going to pass you right through. Your Akashic records are opening up to you. What do they hold? What do they say? I hope this brought a lot of insights to you all. I thank you for being part of my world. Don't forget to hit that like, that thumbs up. It pushes my videos. I send you love and blessings and a lot of 222 energy to bring bliss into your life.